Alright, this week's episode might be a little shorter since I don't really have anything planned except animation for Rosalie's Voyage, and since, the vlog last week was out a couple days late. But, yeah, I'm gonna try and get some animation done. I've got a couple shots that I think I can get through, and yeah. Okay, so I've got this sequence I'm working on. It's really cool where it's like panning, the camera's panning along and you see like a bunch of different activities and rooms that are going on in the ship. And so it pans like and then goes behind a wall and comes out behind a different wall. So here's what that looks like. This is the first shot. And then here's the second shot. And so then when you stitch them together, it looks like this. And so there are a couple shots like that. I've been doing that, but here is what it looks like behind the scenes. So we've got the camera here that pans along this axis using these red blocks here as a basically track to keep it moving straight. And then I've got the set built here. So the first shot, it was actually just like this wall was removed and everything was rearranged so that the table was there and they were playing like poker or game or whatever. But this shot, I wanted it to be a different room and I didn't want to take this whole set down, so I just built an extra wall out of plates and rearranged the props and put different people in it. So yeah, just a kind of cool little thing that I thought I'd share with you guys. And yeah, on to more animation. Alright, so the shot you just watched, a time-lapse, looks like this, and pretty interesting shot. I like the architecture and like just the set for that shot, so yeah, that was specially made just for that shot. I'm gonna show you guys how I color grade by color grading a shot for Mission Impossible here, so yeah, let's take a look at that. Here's our shot, and as you can see, it starts off with me pulling up in the van and comes up, and then my character Ethan Hunt gets out and stands in front of the headlight. I was thinking we would have a bluish tint to this scene, especially for the outdoors. So if I come over to effects and grab color temperature, drag it onto the shot, you can change it from blue to like really orange. So I'm thinking we'll want subtle blue. It's nice to be able to have a bit of a color difference in the different shots, so we can help that out by getting out the brightness and contrast effect and dragging that in and upping contrast to 15. Bring the brightness up too much, it gets grainy. You can see all the grain. So you want to keep it pretty low. So then we want that color difference. So we're going to want blue and orange just to make it look like an action film. What we can do is search hue, saturation, and lightness, drag it on, and then turn off color temp and brightness and contrast. And then we can just mess with this effect on its own. And this part is kind of just messing around with the settings. So we can up saturation and see how that affects with the other effects on. And I'm trying to think of how we could add maybe a little bit of difference. And what I'm thinking is, I've got this plane, this orange plane here that I can drag out, change the opacity down to say 10 or even 5. So we'll do blend to screen then, and bring the opacity down to 5. And so that is affecting the outer edges. As you can see, if I'm turning it off and on, you can see that orange, so maybe bring it up a little bit more. And actually, we can have it fade in, because here it's way too orange, but here it looks good because it's contrasting with that blue. But then here, we'll bring it back down to 5. And watch through that, see if it's any good. Okay, and so then, that's it. That's our finished shot. Yeah, so our finished shot looks pretty good, I think, with the different contrasts with the orange and the blue, and the silhouettes and lens flares, and yeah, definitely one of the better shots in Mission Impossible so far. And so then here's a look at what it looks like with music and sound design and all that. This isn't what it's going to be sounding like in the final film. I mean, I'm not sure, but yeah, here's a look at that.